What is an anniversary? And why does it matter? Sometimes it's something incredibly artificial and without any intrinsic meaning. We have the famous 100 days in office marker that has been used for modern presidents. Why 100 days? Why isn't it 10? Why isn't it 1,000? Why isn't it 47? No real reason. But annual anniversaries are important. They are markers in our lives, in our relationships, and woe betide the man who forgets his wedding anniversary for exactly that reason. Today, we have a very somber anniversary. I'm Sebastian Gorka, former strategist to President Trump, and this is America First, and you are listening to the Salem Radio Network. Today is the anniversary of the deadliest export from China, the coronavirus, declared as an international pandemic on this day 1 year ago. That anniversary is being mocked, you could say exploited, by the President of the United States, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., who allegedly this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern will address the nation. No, not a press conference. I was misled that this will be his first press conference in 51 days since he became the commander-in-chief. No, press may be in the room, but this will be a formal, scripted address to the nation. Marking what? The signing of the second COVID relief bill. A bill that will, despite $1 trillion still laying unspent, your money, $1 trillion, $1,000 billion of your money laying unspent from the last COVID bill. Despite that, this will unleash, this will rain another $1.9 trillion across the U.S. economy. Mostly to states that have mismanaged their response to the China virus. States that not only have the worst unemployment and the most restrictive shutdown regulations, but states that prior to the coronavirus, like California, had the largest debt per citizen ratio. Yes, the Democrats who hold the House and the Senate and the White House are using your money to pump billions and billions and billions into the states that have been driven into the ground by the incompetence and the radicalism of their fellow travelers as governors, as state house representatives, and as local officials. What have we wrought in the last year? My colleague Dennis Prager said something very brave, very shocking to some ears. Almost as soon as government responded to the coronavirus, he has called it the greatest mistake in human history. Now, if you listen to this show, we've only been around for just over 2 years. I was maybe not cautious, but I would like to think I was circumspect with the phenomena that is the coronavirus. Why? 2 big reasons. Number one, you know me, guys. I detest conspiracy theories. I like them as entertainment. They're fun. But when they are used by grown adults to explain phenomena that really have other explanations, I get very angry. Occam was a problematic philosopher, but Occam's razor is a very, very valuable tool. If you're looking for an explanation for something in life, and you have multiple choices, and you have something that's a really complicated, multi-layered explanation that requires some coincidences and some cabal of planning, by something that's far simpler, has less moving parts. In life, go with the simple explanation. Apply the razor. Because in most cases, it's not massive conspiracies. It's usually government incompetence, greed, ego, or happenstance. The second reason is I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm not a virologist. Yes, I have a PhD, but it's in political science. So I had to educate myself from scratch, and I had some great, great help. My personal doctor, my physician, Dr. Sam Pappas, launched into the coronavirus research almost immediately. And he'd send some of us some very detailed analyses, the best studies, and we boned up on this question. But now, a year later, I am in utter and complete agreement with one of the wisest men I know, and my colleague, Dennis Prager. The biggest mistake our civilization has made, not just America, but our modern civilization, is the public policy health response to the COVID-19 China virus. We willfully did things that have never been done before in human history. Never before have we quarantined healthy humans. Never before have we classed a case of a virus as someone who simply tested positive. No. Check every medical publication, every medical journal until the China virus outbreak. Every medical specialist, author, doctor, until it changed last year, was clear on one thing. A case is when somebody catches something so badly that they end up in hospital or otherwise are severely affected by that infection. You have been told for a year now that a case is just a positive test. Many people have the coronavirus and don't even realize it because it doesn't affect them. But that was counted as a case, and so the numbers ballooned. It's not just keeping people at home so their immune systems fail to be challenged in the way they must be every single day to function. It's not just the aged who are sent to the old people's homes in multiple states, not just New York, to die in facilities that could not care for them. The greatest sin of all, the greatest damage we inflicted on ourselves, is what we did to our children. By shuttering them away from the essential interaction with their fellow humans, their fellow children, we have done such mental damage to the future of our nation, which, compared to the deaths of the coronavirus, will be much greater and have a much greater effect. So whatever Biden says tonight, I don't care, because it's time to free America. It's time to get back to work. It's time to open our schools. This is America First, and you've been listening to Sebastian Gorka.